All right, why don't you open the meeting?
Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order at 5:34 p.m. First on the agenda is the urban renewal plan, and I have not heard anything more from the developer on that particular plan. I think he's just kind of in a holding pattern. I know he was looking for material to use as fill for his site. There's an awful lot of fill going in there because, you know, if they're going to be putting in 1 million square foot facilities, everything has to be, you know, nice and level and flat. And that just isn't what they had over there at the time. So I guess we're gonna move on to service connections for Santana Way. I haven't heard anything new on that. I think he's just kind of moving forward. There was one issue that rose with regard to the fire suppression accounts that we have over there. And apparently the treasurer collector isn't quite sure where to send the bills to. So I'm going to point her in the direction of Mr. Priolo, because I'm assuming that until he's done with his development, he's responsible for, you know, collecting maintenance fees and all of those kinds of things that he's going to get from the neighborhood association. Ultimately, I think it's going to be the neighborhood association that's going to be responsible for these fees. But I think until he turns that over to them, he's going to be the one that's responsible for that. So I'm gonna point the treasurer collector in his direction.
So just a question on that. So
yes.
The people that are now living there.
Yes.
They're buying their water from him?
No, they're buying their water from us.
Well, are they paying us now? Or are we billing him?
They are paying us, but the fire protection fee for the buildings that they're in, the treasurer collector isn't quite sure which direction to point that in. And of course, this is popping up, and I guess we'll discuss this now. This is also popping up at that church redevelopment on Lakenham Green.
Yeah.
The bill has been sent to the developer, and he's not paying it. So my question is, I guess my question to you is, should we just simply divide the protection fee up amongst all of the units and build them that way, or should we continue to use neighborhood associations or condo associations as the means to collect this particular fee?
I mean, that's interesting, because not knowing what Santana Way is going to do, I mean, he gave us the impression he was only going to do 15 units.
He did.
With town water.
Yes.
The balance of them were going to go. So how do you prorate an unknown number?
Exactly. And that's a good question.
And the church should be easy, because if there's 5 units, the thing gets divided 5 ways.
Okay, that makes good sense to me. I'm assuming that there's some kind of a condo association involved with this as well. And one would assume that the condo association is responsible for paying for the fire protection fee. But if we're sending it to an address in Weymouth, that's the developer. He's from North Weymouth.
And yet he's not paying.
He's not paying it because he's essentially done with this project. So the bills should technically go to whatever association exists within that building.
The problem is we don't know if they've established the association.
Exactly.
And if they have, why haven't they told the town?
Well, they might not know that they need to. Does the tax bill go to each individual, or does it go to an association? As the former treasurer collector, I'm asking you.
Well, I would think that it was an association. It has to be filed at the registry of deeds.
Yes.
And that filing at the registry of deeds would probably tell us who to charge, either the 5 individuals or the condo association.
Okay. All right. So I'll get back to the treasurer collector with that.
Now, as far as Santana Way goes, I'd send the bill to him.
Okay. All right. I agree with that. Okay. So I'll get back to the treasurer collector with this, or the assistant treasurer collector. And registry. Okay. What we might need to do is we might need to divide these bills up amongst the individuals. If there is no association, then we're gonna have to find a way to recoup that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I'll get back to the treasurer collector with that. Okay.
Because that's an annual bill, right? We send the bill once a year.
No, we divide it quarterly.
Oh, we did.
Yes, we did. We divide the fire protection into quarterly bills, just so that somebody wouldn't get sticker shock when they get a bill for $1,500. We divide them quarterly. If we need to divide them by the individual units based on their quarterly usage plus the quarterly fire suppression fee, then that's what we'll have to do. I mean,
well, if we do it quarterly, then it's even more important that we find from the registry of deeds, when did the developer pass on the condo to the new owner, and was it on an MLC to be taken care of at the closing? And if it was taken care of at the closing, why hasn't that attorney sent us our money?
Exactly. Exactly. From what I can tell you, I'll give you what I know about the water operators report. A couple things that came across my desk. The backflow preventer at the fill station on Marion Drive needs to be replaced. The folks from Small Water Systems came out and tried to repair it, but it was not repairable. So they sent us a quote to replace the backflow preventer. I can't find it. Oh, quote here someplace. Got a quote here someplace. No, I don't. Let me see if I can pull it up this way.
I know there's a bill. There's a bill for $263.25 saying they worked on it, but they can't fix it.
Yes. And
Also in that bill, it says, will Dave to submit a quote?
Yes. Okay. And I'm looking up that quote right now. Here we go. Okay. So the quote to replace the backflow preventer on the fill station at Marion Drive is $4,625.07, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's also a 4-inch backflow preventer, and that's the problem. Is the size of the unit is quite significant. Now, this
The problem is that every time it goes off, right? Every time that it doesn't do what it's supposed to do,
yeah,
the alarm goes off. And if somebody's not at the pump house, then they have to either connect over the phone. They can't fix it over the phone. Then they have to go to the pump house.
yep,
And then they send us a bill.
yes. Now,
So if we don't fix it, we're going to keep getting bills for every time it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
no, this is something different. This is the backflow preventer at the fill station over on Marion Drive. That's where the guys take the bulk water from.
Oh.
This is something different. I know what you're talking about, and I agree with you on that particular point. Now, this opens a kind of a can of worms for us. We cannot sell bulk water unless this unit gets repaired. And 4,600 and 2,507 is an awful lot of money to spend on something that we don't really. I mean, you know, how much water do we need to sell to actually pay for this item? I mean,
That's an interesting question.
right. Now, to add even more to the mix on this particular question, Indian Head Water is interested in starting to take water again. I haven't gotten back to him on whether or not we would do this or not, because
Well,
I guess
we already had this discussion.
yes,
And I thought the three of us agreed that if we ever sell him water ever again,
yes,
he's going to pay for it in advance.
yes, and again, that would be something of a larger kind of discussion that I would have to have with him. I can't guarantee that this guy is going to want to pay us in advance and pay us the full rate, because I'm not prepared to give him a discount. No,
Well, what about the cement place across the street? Isn't he using that?
no. MBO they are using North Carver Water District water, but it's the SLT that uses it for their hydro seed operation.
Oh.
And they're sporadic, and really kind of I know they pay us the full rate, but they don't. It's all dependent on when they need to do what they do. I mean, they're probably doing hydro seed right now, but they're having to draw their water from a different source because we're just not able to provide it. I'm just not sure that, you know, $4,700 is particularly in we need the money for the well work, the conduit work.
Let me throw a curve at you.
Okay.
Did town meeting adjust our budget numbers again like they did last year, or did we get what we asked for?
We got what we asked for.
They didn't try to change it.
Nope, nothing was changed. Everything went through the way it was, the way that we decided.
And I think we shouldn't do anything until next fiscal year, after July 1st.
Okay. All right, which is probably, I would tend to agree with that. It's probably going to be too late to do anything with the backflow preventer until after the beginning of the fiscal year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the end of this fiscal year, and we're tight.
Yes, we are. We're very tight. Given that we still need to spend some money on the conduit work over at well number 1.
Yeah, I think the smartest move is to delay until after July 1st.
Okay. All right. So I will pass that along to Mr. Siedentov.
Can we find out why it broke?
They did come and I know Small Water Systems came and they looked at it and they did try to repair it. but they just were not able to repair it. I know it seemed like something that cost that kind of money should last more than 8 years, but I guess that's the nature of the beast. So I can touch base with small water systems as to why the backflow failed, but I'm not sure that they're really going to have an answer.
Well, I'd just be curious because,
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah,
it's only been in 8 years.
yeah, it's not old, and you wouldn't think that something like that would fail. But again, it's all, I guess much of it's dependent on how much work it gets. We had, don't forget, we had Deacon's pulling 36,000 gallons a day for about 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and that was really kind of the lion's share of the work that this thing did. But okay, so we can put the backflow off until after July 1st. And I'll pass that along to Roland. And again, as part of a larger discussion, I will tell him what the expectations of the North Carver Water District are going to be moving forward. Should he decide to even draw water from us, he's going to have to, number one, make sure that he pays up front the amount of money that he thinks that he's going to owe us, and he's going to have to at least pay for now. He's going to have to pay full price for us. I'm not prepared to offer him a discount.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some trust issues with us and him because it took us 2 years to collect all our money from him, which was just way too long. So, and I will pass that along to him.
Okay.
The well maintenance is the other issue that's here on the agenda. I really think we should proceed with the needed work on well number 1 to get the conduit work taken care of. And if we need to pull we don't really have much in the way of well maintenance funds available to us. If we need to draw from the reserve account, then I think that's where we should take it from.
Agree. Does that require a motion?
Yeah, I would appreciate if we could get the motion for that.
I will make a motion that we do the well repair maintenance on pump, well number 1. And if money's needed to take from the emergency fund or account,
yep,
we do so.
Okay. I will second that motion to authorize the work on for the conduit work on well number 1, and to take the monies from the reserve fund if needed. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Steve says aye. Kevin says aye. Right. Bills payable.
Okay. Let's start with one specific bill.
Okay.
That I'd like to talk about.
Yep. I think I know which one it is too.
Zoom meeting with DEP North Carver town official to discuss the water main extension on Plymouth.
Exactly. You spotted it. I knew you would. I knew you would. That, in my opinion, that should go to the town of Carver, because that is the water main extension on Plymouth Street is a town of Carver project, not a North Carver Water District project.
Right. And I don't think that we should be paying bills on something that we don't own yet.
Nope, we don't.
I know that when the town's finished with the project, that we're going to have to accept all that pipe and all that responsibility.
Yep.
But up until the point that we've accepted that as part of the North Carver Water District, I don't think we should be paying any bills for it.
I agree with you on that one. We're going to take that one out.
That was the only thing I saw that I didn't particularly like.
Okay. No, that's fine. No, I get it. I spotted that one too.
I did have a question about the 2 hours on Patriots Day.
Yeah, okay.
Is that because Patriots Day is not a holiday for everybody?
It's not.
So I guess it must be a holiday for them if they're billing us for 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm assuming that as well. I don't think I've ever seen a bill like this before.
I mean, I'm assuming he came in for 2 hours. And it does say per contract.
For contract, yes, it does.
So the question is the next time we have a contract,
Yep.
we sign a contract,
Yep.
we should probably get a holiday that they celebrate
Yep.
listed in the contract.
Okay.
So that when they send us a bill for 2 hours
Yep.
for a holiday, we don't question, you know.
Nope, I think that's a good idea. And we do have to do a procurement for them this year. So,
It's $300.
yep.
Oh, what's batch number 1 minus $111?
My calculator right here. Nine four three nine minus 9,328.91.
All right, I make a motion we pay our bills, batch number 1, $9,328.91.
All right, I will second that. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Steve says aye.
Kevin says aye. All right, and you're also authorizing me to sign the invoice.
I make a motion that we pay batch number 2, which is always $6,000.
Yep, it is. Okay, and that's our contracted cost for small water systems. I will second that motion. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Steve says aye.
Kevin says aye. Okay, the minutes from April.
Now, while we were doing bills,
Yep.
I still have in my file up in the air that Verizon bill for
Yes, that's still up in the air.
it still hasn't been
Nope.
nobody town hall's helping us.
Well, you know what? It was Jill again touched base with me. They keep sending the bill, but she's not allowed to discuss it with them. So it keeps having to go back to Dave Siedendorf, and just, it's Verizon just wants to do what they do. So it's still up in the air.
Well, we haven't paid it.
We have not.
Good.
And I have no intention of paying it.
No, I still have an Osterman bill from the invoice date was February the 16th.
Yeah.
And I think I have it there because there was a difference between the delivery ticket, which was $1,383.10, but they billed us for $1,465.36. And there's no explanation.
I don't remember that.
I think that was something you were supposed to pass on to David.
I think I did. But again, I'm not sure that that was resolved. Let me,
We'll put it on your list again.
yep.
And did we ever get paid for the propane that they took back?
No,
Never got paid.
that was something that I do remember that I chased that one for a little while. We were never reimbursed for the gas that Reddington Gas should have reimbursed us for the material that was whatever was left in the tanks when they switched them out. But I think the end result there was that the assistant to the town administrator decided that there just wasn't enough money to be involved with chasing. So we're probably not going to get that. It would cost more in legal fees to try to get it than it would really be worth.
Well, I'll take that one off my list.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave Verizon on, and I'm going to leave
Osterman. Okay.
Osterman.
And what was the date on that invoice for Osterman?
February the 16th. They delivered the ticket that they turn in after they deliver.
Yep.
Is dated February the 16th, 21.
Okay.
1:33 in the afternoon.
Okay. And there was a
The bill's dated the same day.
yeah, and there was a discrepancy between the delivery ticket and the bill.
Right.
Okay.
Bill's higher. And the thing that's different is the unit price.
The unit price.
Yeah, the unit
Okay.
price.
Yep.
The unit price on the ticket was 1.42137, and the unit price on the bill was 1.50662. So how do you sell it to us at 1.42137 and then bill us at a higher number, 1.50662?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm
So
sure
I'll have Dave look at that.
I'm not going to like the explanation of that. I
Okay.
feel like I'm dominating this meeting.
No, it's fine. No, it's not a problem.
All right, you want to hear my modifications to the minutes?
Yes.
First page.
Yep.
Section B.
Yep.
I'd like us to change some of the wordage.
Okay.
I would like it to say after water operator was not present.
Okay.
Water operator no present. It sounds like we're talking like in another language.
Okay.
So Stephen, it's Kelly. All I'm doing is adding a T.
I'm adding, well, you're going to take out no and you're going to add was not.
Okay.
After water operator. Got it? Page 2. The correspondence. D. It ends with DPE regulations. That should be DEP regulations.
Got it.
And then under reorganization, I would like to see it say, made a motion to reorganize the North Carver Water District Commission at the meeting on Monday, June 14th, 2021. Because that was what my motion was.
Okay.
And other than those three things, I would make a motion to approve as corrected.
We have a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Steve says aye.
Kevin says aye. All right.
Hi, Kevin, it's Kelly.
Yes.
If I add something, so sometimes it's incredibly difficult to hear conversations when we're all on Zoom and we're all talking through our phone. And I believe the past few meetings, Stephen was calling into your phone. So sometimes your voices, I can't understand. So if maybe in the future, when we have meetings on Zoom, if we could just try to just be mindful that we're all talking into our phones and that I'm trying to take legal documents. And sometimes it's really hard when I don't know what you were talking about.
Please don't take it. It wasn't a critical. It was just a correction.
Right. So just moving forward, I mean, I think we're all adjusting to Zoom meetings. But when we're all talking into our devices, I think we should all be mindful about maybe talking. I have trouble sometimes hearing and what's being communicated when we're all talking through our devices, especially if people are calling into a phone and then I have to listen through another device. That would be extremely helpful as well.
Well, hopefully we're going to be starting in-person meetings soon. It's my hope that we can do that in person from now on. Okay, so some correspondence. I'm going to try to do this. So we got the quote for the fill station, and we decided to put that off until the beginning of the year. Indian Head, I'll call him back and let him know. We got results back from at the request of a select board member. I had Small Water Systems do a test for this 1,4-dioxin. And
I saw the bill.
And it came back as none detected, which was no surprise to me, but that's what that was.
Yeah, we couldn't pass that 350 back to the select.
You know.
But he asked for it. We did it. It's zero. I'm happy.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's about it. Beyond the stuff that I already discussed with you, I think that's all I have for correspondence. How many pages?
I know it's not on the agenda, but do you want to talk about the aging summary you sent email?
Yes, yes, and that was the other thing. That was the yeah, okay. Estimate for work on the well. All right, so you want to talk about the aging summary?
Yeah. I'm not sure what we can do.
Well, the bills were sent out were due on the 7th. We will send out the demands on the 20th, and anything beyond that. Certainly not prepared to shut off somebody's fire protection, but again, we're going to chase that down. We're going to send Mr. Priolo's bill to Mr. Priolo and let him figure it out. And we're gonna check with the Registry of Deeds as to whether or not there's an actual association documents for the condo down the street. So beyond that, You know, we may have to revisit this in future months as to decide whether or not we need to just divide this up amongst the individuals and you know, do it that way.
Well, I have a concern,
Okay.
and my concern is that somebody digs a hole they can't get up.
Well,
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts that are now over 90 days,
yes.
and we don't do over 120 days, right?
No, we don't. We haven't.
So some of this stuff could be a year old, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
And
probably.
it ends up in the over 90.
Yep. Agreed.
So again, I'm concerned. I thought I brought this up before, that somebody's going to dig a hole they can't get out.
Well, I mean, we offer, you know, payment plans for people that really need it. You know, all they need to do is touch base with us on whether or not, you know, people need to get into payment plans.
Should we reach out to those people that are over 90 and over $100? I mean, some of them are like $600.
Yeah, I see that one.
It's 2 of them. What do you think?
Well, yes, we can certainly have the treasurer collector reach out. You know, I don't think that's a problem. One of these that's over 600 that's the fire suppression for the church.
Oh, wonderful.
So again, you can divide that by 5 people.
All right. So I think we need to find out what's at the registry of deeds.
Yep, I will do that. Okay, that's it. Set the next meeting. You want to meet in person?
Yeah, we'll all be protected, right?
Yep.
Kelly's covered, you're covered, Will's covered, I'm
well,
covered.
Yep. Okay, so we can start doing.
We'll still have to wear masks.
Yeah, exactly. But that's you know, so we still have to wear masks. Do we want to try to push the schedule back a little bit? Maybe not meet at 5:30 in the afternoon. I know Will doesn't get out of work until then.
What are you thinking, 6:30?
Yeah, I would think it's probably going to take him an hour to get off the Cape. So maybe 6:30?
Yeah, I'll make a motion for June 14th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, we'll see how that works. I'll touch base with Will on that. And
how does that affect Kelly?
Kelly, would you be okay with that?
That's fine, Kevin. Thank you.
Okay. She says fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I will second that motion for June 14th, 2021 at 6:30. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Steve says yes.
Kevin says aye.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I will second that. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Steve says aye.
Kevin says aye. Thank you, everyone.
All right.